I'm super excited today, guys, because I just got a free Flowerhorn. Someone reached out to me and said, hey, I'm moving and I just can't do this aquarium anymore, and I have a free Flowerhorn and some African cichlids for you. And I was like, woo, heck yeah, free fish. So the Flowerhorn is in the back seat in a bucket with some African cichlids, and yes, the bucket is seat belted in. So I know what you guys are thinking, that it's crazy that the Flowerhorn's being kept with African cichlids, but he said it's been successful for around a year now with no deaths, and the Flowerhorn was raised with tank mates. So I'm excited because maybe there's some hope that this Flowerhorn can be housed with other fish. And I know what you're thinking. You're going to attempt to keep a Flowerhorn with other tank mates. I know, hard to swallow, right? Yes, I'm going to attempt it because I know there's a ton of controversy around this topic, but I've seen it done and it can be done. And this isn't like newbie fish keeping, but I'm going to attempt it. And that's what guys, I'm just getting so pumped up. That's what the topic of this video is about, tank mates for Flowerhorns. But yeah, let's take a look at, I'm gonna give you guys a glance at this guy in the bucket. All right, so here he is in the bucket, and I know it looks pretty funny because the bucket is green, but you can kind of get the idea here. And that is an African cichlid there on the left that came with it. I am going to attempt to keep this with other tank mates, and there's a lot of controversy regarding keeping Flowerhorns with tank mates because they're super aggressive fish, and it's kind of just the unwritten rule that you cannot keep these with other fish. There's variables that need to be talked about when keeping Flowerhorns with other tank mates. Number one, was the fish raised with other fish? That's a huge deal. Like this Flowerhorn, he said, was raised with other tank mates its entire life since it's about 1 inch long. So I'm excited about that. That is probably the single biggest, most important variable. And secondly is what fish you're going to keep it with. I commonly see people keeping them with African cichlids, like in this case. And oddly enough, sometimes it works because I think that the Flowerhorn just can't catch or even come close to catching African cichlids because they are so fast. And thirdly, you need to keep the right fish with Flowerhorns. And I would say mildly aggressive fish that are going to hold down their own, but not too overly aggressive, like something like a, what's super aggressive? Like a wolf cichlid, you know, like perfect, in my personal opinion, perfect tank mates for Flowerhorns to attempt would be like Acaras, Severums, black convicts, green terrors, a jag cichlid possibly, and take that with a rule of thumb, guys, because every fish has its own personality. And even though I'm doing this video on attempting tank mates, this could just blow up in my face and it's not going to work, which needs to be talked about because that could easily happen. And basically keeping Flowerhorns with tank mates is basically, God, I keep saying basically, it's a trial and error thing for everybody. There's no secret recipe to where it's gonna work all the time. And it's like a 50-50 chance that it's gonna work out, and it's not. And even if it does work out, you still need to keep a close eye, like on a daily basis, for beating on fish, because it's a lot of work to keep predator-like cichlids together. Oh, guys, I'm so pumped up. And I'm almost home too. So we're gonna get this in the tank. What I'm going to be putting it with, I've been babbling this whole time, I'm not even gonna tell you what I'm putting it. I'm gonna put it in a 125-gallon tank with Severums, black convicts, some Texas cichlids, I just said black convicts. I think another huge variable is the fish having enough adequate space to run and hide and having hiding spots. So to recap, what are the biggest variables? Number one, was the fish raised with tank mates? Number two, what fish are you going to keep it with? That is a huge aspect. Number three, tank size and hiding places. So, and number four, I'm going to add this in because I'm just rambling and I'm just overly excited. This may or may not work. There's no actual promise this is going to work. So you need to be set on it possibly failing. And I have to wave to my neighbors because I have to keep my neighborly love. Yeah. So guys, I'm excited. I'm gonna be getting in the fish room here, doing another video. I'm probably gonna maybe go live on putting in the Flowerhorn with the other fish. And I'm super excited about this because it's been a very long time since I've had a Flowerhorn. And if this doesn't work out, I'm going to be doing some videos on doing some DIY tank dividers, because I don't have room right now for a single species tank like a Flowerhorn, and I'll be making some dividers again. So, all right guys, oh, hit up the comments. Let me know if you've had any success keeping Flowerhorns with other fish. I'm super, I wish I could show you guys the fish. I'm driving like an idiot. Let's get in the fish room. I'm just pulling in my drive here. What? Can't even speak. All right, guys, I am home now, and I want to give you guys another view of him in the bucket. It's a little better lighting now. And yes, it seems he has pooped. He must be nervous. Fish do that. Super excited. Let's get him down in the fish room. What I'm gonna do is just plop that African. I'm gonna plop that African right down in the African tank and just lose all care about that because Africans are lame. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys, here is the tank. 6 foot, 125, Acars, convicts, severums, green severums, blood parrot, Texas cichlid. Let's net the Flowerhorn. I'm gonna show you guys what he looks like in a net here. I apologize. Beautiful pink coloration. He's not that big, guys. There he goes. Right in there. All right, I wanna do a close-up here. All right. So there he is right there. He's in the corner, of course. Let's see if I can move this light. You can kind of see all the fish freaking out a little bit. He's not doing a whole heck of a lot. Kind of acclimating to the water. Sorry, gotta get the phone off the tripod here. There he is. Still kind of taken away. I'm sure he's just getting used to the water. I didn't acclimate him at all. I just did the plop and drop method. Flowerhorns are super, super tough fish, so I'm guessing that the water parameters aren't going to be a big deal for them. Plus, my tanks are always good on water. He's not doing a whole heck of a lot. I'm gonna maybe give it a minute here, and then I'm gonna take some more footage, because this is just dull footage right now. So, all right, so I'm kind of sneaking up on the tank here, and it seems everything is going fine. He's kind of just keeping to himself. I do notice a little chasing, but it's mainly due with the Texas cichlids right now. So, and maybe this Flowerhorn is a female. I'm not really good on telling sexes just by visual like this. If I were to take it out and actually do look at the bottom of the fish, I would be able to tell. But yeah, beautiful coloration. Yeah, see, the Texas cichlids do have some interest in the Flowerhorns, so maybe this is a female. I don't know. Hopefully this all goes well. I really have high hopes that I'm going to be able to keep this fish with other fish because it was raised with tank mates. But like I said, I will be totally fine with doing a single species tank if this doesn't work out. But I just want to give you guys a good example of what might work out for tank mates and help future fish keepers kind of get an idea. If this tank doesn't work out, he's probably going to go in the tank above it here, maybe as a trial method with the predators. It's really tough to say. I'm just going to trial and error this. It's just the process of figuring out if tank mates are going to work with Flowerhorns. So hit up the comments, like this video, let me know what you guys think.